Hi everyone, how we doing? It's time for more Final Fantasy. Maybe with less butts this time. You know, because last time we just had surprise butts. I wasn't expecting, but you know, we all got to go through that together. Why not more? This is not... Wait, this happened. Give me the right page. Here we go. Here we go. Hi. All of my windows and browser things are set up for streaming, I swear. Professional streamies. How we all doing? There were butts. We did epic ship battles. There were butts. There was some water nonsense. Things happened last stream. We got the magical gift of ice and apparently 600 side quests. Look at all that green. Like, I've been doing off-screen grinding and completed some of our already prerequisite quests that we had started, but there's still more. They gave us a lot of quests. So I think we're gonna bang out a few of these side boys before we continue. Currently, we are in the land of the blacksmiths. Because our lovely blacksmith was depressed again. So, you know, he's off to go meet with an old blacksmith school apprentice rival. And now the rival is the chief, and he does accessories, and the blacksmith boy is sad, but he's gonna go learn.
Hotter! Hotter, damn it! Those miserable flames wouldn't melt butter, let alone
Excuse me.
iron.
Don't you hurt these poor babies.
Pardon the intrusion. I'm looking for the chief.
Time to murder him.
That'd be me.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
I'll bet it is. Keep the gates closed, I tell him. Well done, Snotty. You're not welcome here. Get out.
Not being mean to your bearers.
Things turn nasty.
Blackthorn's
Or
here.
I'll turn nasty.
What did you say?
He's traveled a long way to see you.
Yes, has he?
He's waiting. Down by the gates.
Then I suggest you take him with you when you leave.
Oh, rude.
You apprentice together?
So what if we did?
Fuck! We're getting nowhere. These bearers' flames are next to bloody useless.
We're never going to be able to fire up the forges unless we can find some new crystals.
I'm a busy man, as you can see, so do me a favor and piss off.
How about the fire?
Oh.
Eford?
And if you're struggling to find your way out, ask Blackthorn. That prick knows exactly where the exit is.
Wow, I want to
He's not
murder this
wanted
man.
Here, and neither are you.
All right. I'm going.
I'm not sure why you buffering on your end. I'm showing
Please, Chief, you've got to do
not
something.
dropping
If this
signal.
keeps up, we'll be ruined.
Also, you're gonna murder those poor bearers. Stop it.
Mama, why hasn't Papa come back yet?
He's
He's
gone to
helping the
get
chief
milk.
with something very important. You go back inside now.
Oh, is that maybe a bearer? Bearers have families? Is that allowed?
But if we can't fire the
And they have
forges, how we
non-bearer
gonna earn our
family?
keep?
Shut your
I don't think we've come across that.
Chief will think of something.
Let me guess. Zoltan told you to piss off.
As a personal favor to him, yes.
Well, at least he didn't beat about the bush.
There'll be no talking him round. Not after what I did.
Which is what exactly? If we're to help, we need to know. What turned the village against you?
I left. Dravoshed. Zoltan. The burden of leadership our dying master dropped in our laps. All of it. There are two kinds of smiths in this world, you see. My kind, who are in it for the love of the craft, who labour on a single piece from dawn to dusk to get it just right. And the other kind, who are in it for different reasons.
Money?
People like Zoltan, whose work is quick and cheap. The kind of smiths who shit out a few hundred blades, reap the profit, and divvy it out among themselves. There wasn't a single day we weren't at each other's throats. And bit by bit, people started taking sides. You would have torn Dravos in half had it gone on. So, I left.
You didn't have to do that.
Zoltan's a better chief than I would have been. His way of doing things kept food on people's tables. Dravos prospered without me and my lofty ideals getting in the road. Until the crystals run out at any rate. Without magic to fire the furnaces, this place is as good as dead.
It depends on how you look at it, though. There's got to be other ways of making fire. We manage it in the Deadlands.
Thanks to Sid's ingenuity, yeah. He saw all of this coming. Knew crystals were the problem, not the solution. And spent years coming up with ways of doing without.
What if we
You know
taught
what
people?
I mean, though, right? Where there's a will, there's a way. What I'm trying to say is that it's not your fault. You couldn't have predicted this.
It doesn't matter whose fault it is. I don't want to be the greatest smith alive just because I happen to be the last. Clive. Dravos won't last long without its furnaces. So, do you think it's time we shared Sid's bellows with the world?
To be fair, it's time we
Way I
shared
see it.
more than the bellows.
It's your decision to make.
Hold on, Blackthorn. Sid made those things for us. They give us an edge over the rest.
The rest
And
of
you'd
the
be
world
throwing
is
it
going
away.
to die because we keep taking their crystals and not teaching them how to fix things.
Right. Do it. This place was your home. I won't abandon it to its fate. Sid's creations were never meant to be hoarded. It
Thank
was
you.
only ever a matter of time before we shared them. Let this be another step on the road to freeing Valisthea from the prison of the Crystal's blessing.
Thank you.
Ravosht will show the world that it's possible. Wouldn't you agree, August?
When you put it that way, of course. It's like hearing Sid speak from beyond the grave.
Thank you, Clive.
Shall I go and fetch the plans, then?
I know I'm off by heart. I'll be needing some help, though. Building a furnace isn't exactly a one-man job. Do us a favour and round up anyone strong enough to lug a brick or two with you, August.
All right, then.
And I've got a job for you too, Clive. Finding me some salamander skin. I need leather for the bellows
What?
and nothing else will withstand the heat. Luckily for us, salamanders feed out in the fields of Carava.
Time for a spot of hunting, then.
I definitely heard Celomander, but I have not a darn clue. Is it like a salamander made out of cellophane? Be all sorts of crinkly. No, give me Ambrosia.
Ready, go?
The good old salamander. Or does it specifically live in Wait, my brain just... Not basement. What's the basement word? But cellars. It lives in cellars. There we go. My brain absolutely would not just give me the word cellar. It specifically lives in the cellars of people's homes. Or it secretes tape.
Let's make this quick, shall we?
Or I guess that would be spelled differently.
Thanks, Gal.
Oh, English, you're a funny language. I should switch over to ice. I still haven't done that. If semi-prime. Be fireproof when I'm semi-primed, darn it. I'm I'm already embodying fire at that point. You wanna die? There we go. Yeah, let me underski. The dragon. Yeah.
I dare say that will be enough for a decent set of bellows.
Buddhist chocobo. I'm a little sad that we don't get, you know, fun tie-dyeing of chocobos this time around. I can accept it. I did just catcall his chocobo because Ambrosia's the bestest girl. She comes a-running. No kitten. Bye, kitten. Reminds me. Boop, boop, boop. I did just say I should do it, so I should do it before the next battle take place. Got a bunch of them. Learn the big diamond door. Do a big fat. Draw them toward. Have a bunch of away. What if toward? I think I'm for that. First, let's upgrade that. Can't do it the third time. Upgrade this. The mesmerize and time industrial. Ooh, that's kind of neat. Equip it now that I've. Boop, boop, boop. This is super helpful. Wish I could just have a third slot on fire because we that's them. The skills are much more useful than Jill ever was, right? Like, I'm sorry, Jill. You weren't ever. All of our other party members have been helpful.
Any trouble finding the skin?
Nothing I couldn't handle.
Now I can be the competent one.
There should be plenty. Right then, time to put these louds to work. If everyone pulls their weight, we'll be finished in no time.
Ta-da.
Well, I'll be damned. I honestly didn't think it'd work. But it's hot enough, all right. And without a single crystal in sight.
You know what this means, don't you?
I do, yeah. Dravost is saved.
You guys aren't gonna murder all your bearers?
Sorry about earlier. I take back everything I said. That thing you built us is an honest-to-God's marvel. You've saved our village.
It's Blackthorn you should be thanking. He oversaw the construction.
Give this to him, would you?
What is it?
Pet Cole's cinders. After he left, I spent years trying to eke the most out of the force.
Ah!
That
Dipper.
there was my answer. Chuck it in the fire, and your forge will burn hotter for longer, which will do wonders for your steel. Our secret for yours. Only fair.
Dippy didn't just get his head tangled in my headphone cord and steal my headphones right off my head.
Since the day I became chief, I spent every spare moment trying to match up to the bastard. No amount of sleepless nights at the anvil will ever bridge that gap, though. He's a genius. Plain and simple. The man Dravost needed. But he took all his talent and left. Gifted and free. Is it any wonder I hate his guts?
You guys should talk.
Cinders would mean more coming from you.
I need to forgive him first.
Ooch.
And that's not gonna happen.
You're not pulling the headphones off my head again.
Well, you know what they say. Oriflamme weren't built in a day and all that. These things take time. Especially when they involve two geezers who hold grudges tighter than their hammers. But what matters is, Blackthorn's got that twinkle back in his eye. And I'd call that a job well done.
You're not allowed to talk to Blackthorn ever again because he always gets depressed anytime you
reckon
talk
he's
to
going to
him.
be at it a while yet, though, so why don't you head off without us? I'll see that the old git gets home safe and sound.
See that you both do. I'll save the cinders till then.
All right. It'll be a nice little surprise for him.
All right. Go start a bunch of quests, see if any of them seem interesting enough for me to continue on stream. There's 7 of them or something. And then if not, we'll just continue with some plot. So the game's like, are you sure? And then, you know, then I'll have to finish side quests.
Everything's back the way it was.
Take that, you naughty thief! And that!
Small child, you are
Stop it,
precious.
Ren. It's dangerous!
It's a stick. He'll be good.
Clive! To what do I owe the pleasure? I just wanted to see how the town's been faring since you brought everyone together.
Since we brought everyone together,
My amazing
all
acting.
is absolutely wonderful. Conrad and Natalie's hands remain safely away from each other's throats and firmly at the helm. Our stores are full, and the bandits still too disorganized to raid them. Just as the good Lady Jane and Lord Underhill intended.
Are you a lord? Lubor's going to be one too. They're going to make him the Lord of Dalamil, because of how he stopped all the grown-ups from fighting.
It's the mayor of Dalamil, dear child, and the vote hasn't taken place just yet. But
Democracy.
if the people wish me to lead them, I shall. And my first act will be to build a school so that menaces like you two learn not to interrupt your elders. Speaking of menaces, there may be a rather worrying one just over the horizon.
May there indeed.
I'm afraid the example Conrad and Natalie set in putting aside their differences and presenting a united front might have caught the bandits' attention. And they might have elected to take a similar approach.
We taught the bandits how to
They have formed
love.
what one could call a League of Outlaws. And they grow more organized by the day.
We'll fight them all off just like last time, no matter how many of them there are. Won't we, Lubor?
Of course we will. If we continue to work together, we can overcome any challenge we choose to face. The longer we avoid facing this one, the more difficult it will be. Until the only way to overcome it might be to run for the hills. Our best hope is to nip these efforts at organization in the bud. By finding those ne'er-do-wells who have yet to join the cause, and ensuring that they never do.
Through murder?
Perhaps a certain Lord Underhill might be willing to lend us his aid once more?
How could I refuse?
Did him
Thank you, my lord.
murder?
Victor will fill you in on the particulars. I have him stationed by the desert gate, receiving and collating reports from my scouts. Such an amenable soul. He reminds me of you.
I'll go and speak with him.
What's the difference between a lord and a mayor? That's easy. One of them swings a sword, the other forges them.
Where do you get your information, child? Where even do you? Also, which does which?
A League of Outlaws. Sounds like we have some competition. Still in Dalamil, Victor?
Ah, Sid.
I thought you'd have returned to Cosnes by now.
I did. Then I came back. I've developed something of a fondness for the place. And having worked so hard to see it saved from one fate, it would seem remiss to abandon it to another. A sentiment Master Lubor certainly isn't shy about exploiting. Hence my doing his bidding yet again.
You're not the only one.
What does he want you to do?
He asked for my aid in putting down the bandits. And he said that you might be able to help me find them.
Then you've come at just the right time. I was on my way to speak with Conrad about how to organize our forces. There are more camps in the vicinity than we can safely strike at once. But we must strike together, and we must strike soon at as many camps as we can. We can't give this league of theirs time to rally its forces.
All right. Which camp shall I take?
There's one upriver. Just out there, across the dunes.
Leave it with me.
What if the bandits are pulling together? And then they're gonna run for mayor. Are we just stopping them from running for mayor? That doesn't seem very electoral.
Run like the wind.
What if the bandits don't intend to come murder us, but instead intend to run in our mayoral elections? We should ask them instead of murdering.
That must be the camp Victor mentioned. Come on then, Toggle.
That's him. The one who killed Locke and Finger.
Good old Locke and Fingers.
Farewell.
I think not.
Nice try.
Dude, don't cure him just as I'm about to murder him. That's not how cure is supposed to work. I'm not supposed to save people. Diamond. Ooh. Okay, so just upping diamond dust equals more stabs to the ground. Alright. Stupid Ashford. Dream. Cunning man. Dude, stop curing people. It's not allowed. Not in my fights. You don't use that here. Ah. Beep, 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 beep. Finishing. There we go. Bye. Look at all that money, and I can't find any more songs to buy. I'm very sad about it, to be honest.
I better let Victor know.
Sid, where are you? Ah, I see the bandits didn't pose you any trouble.
No, but that's not why you're here, is it?
I miss Sid. I miss him a lot.
We need you back in Dalimil.
What is it?
The whole town's in uproar. They're saying that Lubor is a bearer.
What?
Seems that one of our parties wasn't as thorough as they should have been. They let one of the bandits escape, and his escape route took him right through Dalimil. Some of the children spotted him, and he was about to silence them. And when Lubor felled him with a bolt of magic,
and
without a crystal.
But that's not possible.
It is, if he's a bearer and has been hiding it all these years, which is what people are saying. If he has, well, I wouldn't blame him. No man is branded by choice. Still, all those people see is a man who's lied to them all his life. One who was made a leader of himself when the world believed he should have been a slave.
Fuck.
I don't know where we go from here, but I know one thing. Lubor needs all the friends he can get right now.
You're right.
What if we just, I mean, it was children that saw him, right? What if we just are like, haha, nope, here's my crystal right here.
And now everyone knows. I made it a habit to keep a crystal close at hand for just such an occasion. And when that occasion arose, I forgot to reach for it. Well, it was bound to come out sooner or later.
We're sorry, Lubor. We tried to keep running, but we just couldn't anymore.
There's nothing to be sorry for. I rather enjoyed playing the hero for once. All that matters to me is that you two are safe.
Look at him talking to his betters like it's nothing. All lies, I'll wager. Just like the ones he fed us all these years.
Really? Because you're just over there with your shirts off.
Once
Calm
people
yourselves.
make up their minds, it's hard to change them. We need to do something, and quickly. Convince the people not to let their prejudices blind them. Convince them that nothing has changed. That their enemy lies outside these walls, not within them.
You're right. We should speak to everyone.
I'm glad you agree. I'll handle the townsfolk. I'm a Dalmec born and bred. They listen to me. You head to the tavern. Make Conrad and Natalie remember who Lubor really is. They know that Lubor and I are friends. I might not make for the most impartial of interlocutors. Lord Underhill of Randalar's League of Merchants, however, is a trusted and impartial mediator of note.
I'll do what I can. Lubor, stay here with the children. I can't promise anything, but we'll try.
And that is all I can ask of you.
What if I just punch these people? Why are there two shirtless men?
Side, Victor? Are you one too?
The men are gonna end up with sun poison.
Listen.
Hey men, put some covering on.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss?
He knew all along that he was playing us for fool.
Forgive me for disturbing you, but could I have a moment of your time?
I've seen your face before.
As have I. Lord Underhill, wasn't it? Of the League of Merchants.
That's right. I wanted to speak to you about Lubor.
The rumors that he's a bearer. All true, I'm afraid.
He'll never be mayor now. Not if I have anything to do with it.
But what of his wares? Bearer or no, his steel is highly valued throughout the Republic. In this, at least, he's done the town a service. Might that not earn him a little leniency?
Leniency? He pretended to be one of us when he was laughing behind our backs all the while.
I'm sorry, my lord, but he lied to us. He lied to you. He cannot be trusted.
So what do you propose? Will you drive him from his home? Close his forge?
Perhaps. That is a question for the people of Dalimil, and they will thank you not to get involved.
The townsfolk have made their minds up. There was nothing I could do.
Nor I. Conrad and Natalie refused to consider anything but their own wounded pride.
You never know. Once their anger is cooled, they might see things differently. For now, we should report back to Lubor.
All right.
Why do they always have to make such a fuss outside?
Why the hell would Victor take the bearers?
What if I just punched you all?
I assume the situation is hopeless?
There's still hope. But...
But perhaps not in this lifetime, I think it's fair to say.
You mustn't think like that, Lubor. Give them time. They'll come around. We'll talk some sense into them in the end, you'll see.
No, you won't. And your efforts would be better spent elsewhere.
But Lubor...
Rosina would often tell me that steel does not lie, that a blade is a reflection of the smith who forged it. To yourself be true, that was her point. Rather an ironic one when you consider that her life was taken with a blade of her own making. But I do not doubt that she was always true to herself and what she believed in, right to the end. And so must I be. I must do what I know to be right, no matter what others might think of me. And now, I know what that is. I must embrace my new role of villain so that the people of Dalimil have something to unite against. For only united can they hope to stand against the threat that awaits them. I'll need to make a suitably dramatic exit, of course.
Don't go, Lubor. You're the only one who was ever kind to us. We'll be all alone. Again.
Well, maybe you should have
Trust
tried
me,
harder
little
to not
ones,
die.
It is for the
Need
best
help.
that I go. Not only for the town, but for you, too.
How could it possibly be for the best? These children need you. The least you can do is give the townspeople a chance to change their minds.
They would not take it, Victor. It's over.
Over, you say? And so just like that, you're going to throw this town and these children to the wolves? I thought you were better than this. But it seems you had me fooled as well.
Victor.
Taking this a little extreme, dude.
Forget it. Do what you will.
You sure you're making the right choice, Lubor?
Of those available to me, I believe it's the best one. Yes. Ah, but where are my manners? Here. A reward for clearing out that bandit camp. Right then. I have packing to do.
If there's anything I can do. Anything.
I'll bear it in mind. Thank you.
He'll bear it. Probably not the proper time to be making that joke, but oh well. To be fair, it feels like this town's due a killing spree. Town is better than that other town that got flooded. I'm very okay with having gotten flooded. They're still way better than the other town. We'll find out what's going on over here, and then I think there was one more up north. This is just one section of the map. Here is knock knock.
Lord Rosfield, Is there aught the Undying might assist you with this day?
Perhaps. My brother said that your order was helping him with his quest to uncover Ultima's origins. Have you learned anything of note since last we spoke?
Little and less.
No,
I
side
regret
quest
to report.
done.
I see.
Be assured, however, that we will not rest until the truth is known. Even now, our archaeologians scour ruins in every corner of the realm for traces of Ultima's touch.
Fallen ruins, I take it. Dating back as far as Phoenix Gate.
Indeed. Ultima's thralls are oft sighted among the remnants of the fallen civilization, as if protecting the secrets concealed within.
Secrets we'd see unearthed.
Should our methods be of interest, my lord, mayhap it would please you to observe some of our number at work.
Would that be possible?
Of course. A survey is being conducted not far from here. Perchance you are familiar with Kretov, a small hamlet built around a fallen airship. I was due to visit my colleagues there to collect their preliminary findings, but if you would consent to do so in my stead, I'm sure that they would be honored to relate any discoveries they have made to you directly.
Hammond? What is Hammond?
All right. I'll go and meet with them.
They will be most gratified, I am sure. Might I suggest you take the road through Titan's Wake? It will lead you straight to the village after but a short walk.
Thank you. I will.
I wish you a safe journey, my lord. May the Firebird's flames burn ever in your heart.
Got it. Not gone there. Not gone there, so time to go. Oh look, it's an AE. I don't remember what it's called. I know it has its own word for when the A and the E are mushed together.
A village built around an airship.
Makes like an A sound?
Sounds like another lost wing. I hope the inhabitants are just as friendly.
Language is weird. Should pass the choke. Should be able to call upon a no. Bip bip. There we go. Hey, we didn't whoo whoo for this time.
Good girl.
Not vertical. Yeah. All vertical, whatever. Not the way. That's not the way. Go this way. Why he wanted me to go through Titan's Pass so I could witness orcish fodder trying to murder me? That'd be fun. Hello. Goodbye. Music design in this game is amazing. Soken is the best. I love him. Oop, oop, oop. Don't mean to be going up that way. Well, there's a hella groove.
No holding back.
Okay, so pretty much just straight and I'll get there. You need Soken to make the soundtrack of your life. Can you imagine the amount of money that would cost? But also, it would make my life sound far more epic than it is. Only if he personally sings Lahi for me. snazzy quest line. Hey, it's one of these thingies. Obelisk has been activated.
Be safe.
Suppose I can't use the bird to just kick the door open. Chocobo could have dealt with it. Are all the people I'm supposed to be meeting dead? This is why people need to stop sending me places. It seems to happen a lot.
Oh no.
Aren't there like very few of these people as it is?
You'll pay for this.
I could have sworn there's really not a lot of them left.
There may still be survivors.
There have not been the last 12 times we've done this live.
Belong.
13th time is the charm. It'll be fine this time, right? Someone will have survived, and they're not going to be on their death's door like the rat like all the other times.
Whatever that thing is, I'd say it's their leader.
What a fun name you have. 2 enemies approach. I'm dealing with this one. Give me more. Torgo, please take care of them. And goofy. Oh, high potion. Oh, dear goodness. Everything hurts. Everything hurts. Everything hurts quite a bit right now. I like how the stagger didn't interrupt the timing. Hello, mage. How you do?
Should have stayed in the past.
These must be Cyril's colleagues.
Isn't it a whole bloodline
You have
thing?
our thanks, stranger.
Lord, some of them are alive.
Who are you?
Gee, I wonder.
Ah, forgive me, my lord. I did not recognize you. You are Lord Rosfield, are you not? We are archaeologians, tasked with surveying this site. When the echoes appeared, our brothers here occupied their attentions. Thanks to them, and to you, we were, for a mercy, able to see our duty to its conclusion.
You call that a mercy? Your brothers might still be alive if you put their safety before your duty. Surely this survey wasn't worth dying for.
We are charged with uncovering Ultima's origins.
Why do they all speak so emotionlessly?
As I'm sure you will agree.
I'm
and
kind
you
of
think your
terrified
dead brothers
of them.
would agree with you too?
I know they would. They gave their lives for the cause, an honor to which all undying aspire. Now, to what do we owe the honor of your presence, Lord Marquis?
Cyril told me of your work here, and I agreed to collect your findings in his stead.
I see. That is most kind. Pray, take them then, with our humble thanks. May the Firebird's flame burn ever in your heart, as it does in ours.
Speak like Uranger? No, they speak better than Uranger. He speaks in text and like my brain's just like meh.
But for a survey,
I wouldn't be able to.
I suppose I'd better get this back to Cyril.
All right. What if I fast travel? No, there was a chest. There was a chest. I forgot to open it. No. Alright, I'm just gonna make a note. I'm not walking all the way. I will resist the temptation to walk my butt back there right now.
Ah, you are returned, my lord.
I collected your colleagues' preliminary findings. Here, take them.
I mean, we don't care if it contains ribbon. We want it to contain music.
My thanks. I shall study them and inform you forthwith if I discover aught that might aid you in your fight against Ultima.
Cyril, your survey party suffered several losses in Kretov. Losses which could have been avoided had the others not chosen to complete their work instead of saving their friends. Were these your orders?
No. This was their choice. Every Undying devotes his life to the service of the Phoenix. It is our sole duty, and should we die in discharging it, so be it.
Even when death is avoidable.
My lord, I fear that this is not a point over which it would be fruitful to argue. The Undying have served the Phoenix for countless generations, and your opinion of our methods, however earnest, is not like to change them. We live to serve the Phoenix. Our very order exists for that purpose, and that purpose alone.
Cyril, I know that you and your brethren answer only to Joshua, but allow me to offer you a word of advice. It does not further the cause of the Phoenix to have his loyal followers surrender their lives without good reason. Provide your survey parties with an escort, that they might live to do their duty for years to come. Think not only of how you can serve the Phoenix, but how Joshua would want you to serve him.
But why you can serve them.
For all our sakes.
I thank you for your advice, my lord. If you will permit me to respond, our faith in his grace, Joshua Rossfield, is absolute. And we of the Undying will do what we believe is right to fulfill our duty unto him. As first shield to the Phoenix, I am sure you understand what it means to do one's duty.
I do.
Then we are of the same mind.
No, only we're allowed to do
It
the
is my
dumb
hope
things.
that we may continue to do our duty together.
Only us do stupid. You do not stupid. I have plot armor. I'm not using Ice Age though, so less exciting. Whoop, 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 whoop. I'm on the east side. It is! Good old Theodore. Join our party, please.
Ah, Clive. You'll be pleased to know that the negotiations are progressing well.
That is good news.
Yes. Our comrade in Randala has just sent word that the contract should be signed very soon. But I still have much and more to prepare. It's a huge undertaking moving this many bearers at once. You couldn't do me a quick favor, could you?
Yes.
What is it this time? More wild beasts?
Nothing like that. I just need you to go over to the caravans and ask El how long we have until the bearers arrive. Find out exactly how much faster I need to get all these supplies moved.
All right. I'll go and ask.
Thanks, Clive. I owe you one.
Feels it will be too easy. But also, she's like right over there. You could like yell for her and be like, I got a question.
Don't blame yourself, El. This is their fault, not yours.
I know, but...
No buts about it, all right?
Is something wrong?
Vonnie came to give me a message from our intermediary. The talks with the Republican army have fallen through. They've reached an agreement with the Silver Peak Consortium instead. Though prices have fallen of late, we deliberately offered above the going rate to try and deter other bidders. But the Consortium offered double what we did, and the army jumped at the chance.
And you had no opportunity to make a counteroffer?
None at all. And we were so close.
El, what's happened? I saw Vonnie leaving. She didn't look happy.
And with good reason.
But I thought we were the only ones the Fist were speaking to about the bearers. How did the Consortium even find out about this?
It's not so surprising. They have ears all over the Republic. This isn't over. The Consortium will have to sell these bearers eventually, and at the price they paid, buyers will be few and far between. I'm going to Randalar myself.
Alone? You sure that's wise?
Are you offering to be my bodyguard? How kind. Meet me at the checkpoint near the capital gates. I'll send an owl ahead and request a meeting. You go to Cashlock, Theo, and get everything ready. We've waited far too long as it is. Even if I fail to free these bearers, there will be others. Someone needs to prepare the place and keep any prowling beasts at bay.
Oh, and that's me, is it? Well, it looks like I'm following orders till she gets back from meeting the Silver Peak Consortium, who've been doing their best to undermine our scheme. She'll never join them after this, surely. No, she said it herself. She still has plans for Cashlock, even if this one falls through. She means to stay with us, then. I can't say I'm not happy to hear it, but... is this what she really wants?
You have to trust her.
You're right. It's what she wants now. And if Elle's off fighting for the cause, I should do my part too. So I bid you farewell and safe travels, my friend. I'll gather my men and leave for Cashlock. We'll make sure the place is well stocked and defended. You go to Randalar and see if you can stop my sister biting the Consortium's heads off. If she won't consider her prospects, someone has to.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, that
right. To Randalar, then.
This one can
better not keep Eloise waiting.
I like Theodore, but I don't really feel like doing political nonsense. That one. Do some plot. I want to do some plot, darn it. I wish Brand Clive. He's a good boy. I mean, he's haircut Clive, really. He's clean shaven and cut Clive. But older, because we've seen what clean shaven and cut Clive looks like.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of Papio nuts and all. Gentlemen, I see you both made it home in one piece.
Yeah, well, we didn't want to outstay our welcome.
Give me my upgraded blacksmith
Turned out
nonsense.
for a go on the bellows after you left. Everyone except Zoltan has. Didn't see hide nor hair of him.
Oh, but that reminds me. I have something for you.
I have this pocket full of cinder.
Pick old cinder. How'd you come by this? And you're sure he wanted me to have it?
I'm sure.
No, I stole it from him.
He didn't say so, but I think he wants to forgive you.
Huh. Imagine that. Yeah. You know I could never leave this place, don't you? Every time you put on mail, you and the curse breakers are trusting me with your lives. There's no greater honor for a smith than that. I'm not about to go crawling back to Zoltan for forgiveness, but I will make good use of his cinder. And if that helps save even a single life, then he'll have my gratitude. What was it you said he called me? Huh? A genius? And he spent sleepless night trying to copy me, did he? Sounds like I better get to work. I've got a reputation to uphold.
It's good to see you back on form, Blackthorn.
I don't know how you pair put up with me sometimes, but I'm grateful all the same. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, about to put Zoltan back in his place.
Seriously though, you're not allowed to talk to Blackthorn anymore. Just don't.
Ain't got
Not
the heart to
allowed.
tell him how similar they are. Stubborn bastards.
A little healthy competition should be good for him.
You're not wrong. Still, it's a shame him and Zoltan couldn't let bygones be bygones. No use grumbling about it now, though. Blackthorn's happy. Or as near to happy as he gets. And that's good enough for me.
The way. Ouroboros. Ooh. A belt to end all belts. I would like my new things.
What do you want?
Poop. Giant pile of poop. Son of a... Stained loincloth. Where am... What? What is that item? Hey, game? Nobody wants that.
That it?
No one wants that. I mean, I want it for crafting, but I don't want it normally. Are you? I don't actually know his name. Did you talk to him again? Did you talk to him again?
Then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mine's just down the road from there, are spewing at ether like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned, or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
Like, we didn't really wait that long to do that last quest. The fact that they're just giving us another level uppy quest.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No.
You're not allowed to talk to him. That's the rule.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is
Like
everything
my good
we've
boy
received
points
and everything
rewards.
promised? Here you are.
Jeep. Legionnaire. Legionary?
Best of luck out there, Sid.
Yeah, I'm only missing 2. Lost Wing, which we know we're in the flood. Another S1. Here it is. We got this fun locked one. Do a little bit of plot. Baby boy.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was ill-spoken. It's just, I have never felt so powerless. And when so many are looking to us for strength, perhaps the prince feels the same.
Oh, sir, who slipped away into the night.
What is this place?
Don't move.
Wait. Medicine girl. Circle becomes useful again.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
And we've all just been sitting here being like, but what's medicine girl? Is her importance. I'm glad everyone else was just as invested. Give me them sweet, soothing piano.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for her when she passed away.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear.
You were just trying to kill a child. All good.
And for it, I must atone.
No.
Your hurts are healing nicely.
Not mentally.
It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there. You're going then?
Of course. I'm healed.
You're
Thanks
not.
to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
The least you could do.
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
You already have one. What about your boyfriend?
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no reason to wait.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you.
Is it side quests?
You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are ya?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course,
History lesson.
I'll be in the shelves with your
lesson.
lawsmen. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
We're working on it. I feel like I'm gonna have to wrap everything up before we set off on the Enterprise again.
I still say
That feels like a key point.
Say it all.
Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've come to take our young prodigy here off my hands.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right, if it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tham, the one they call the last king. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of
No
Waloed.
one could understand him.
Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain. Waloed has achieved the impossible, and made bedfellows of beastmen and the ether-addled alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash. Much of the continent has already been lost to the Blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but ill-equipped, and Mid has made land there before. Now, if only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Thus, intimate because they
You see,
got
Clive,
all busy all
you
up
had the
on
answer
there.
all along.
Do you think you can get us back to that beach, Mid?
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were a right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Clive. How may I help you today? I have the details here.
Ah, been linked. Helped. Hey. He was all but destroyed by Bahamut after flames died down. She labored to mend the wounds of injured townspeople. Hey.
Of course.
Any other weird circles? Hey, what happened to the links between the two of these boys? Excuse me. Oh look, they're in love. I don't think they had that before, which is weird, because, like, we knew. Traveling companion. Friends. I'm glad this never changed. Just forever best friends. Huh. Right. Oh. But yeah, but they didn't. They did know it. They didn't. There's a problem. Okay.
Very good.
Covered in nicks and lumps, the lot of them.
Where'd Yo-Day go? go, Tay.
Thank goodness Sid made it home safely.
Where'd she go? Oh, you know what? Because, yeah, no, she's gonna be with Joshua. I'm an idiot. I wonder where she's gonna be. I don't know. Maybe with the man she serves? Nerves? Making me out to be a fool, game? Yes, that's
I have
rude.
no reason to assume otherwise.
Game?
Well, then that changes everything.
The change.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman, tell him.
Do you recall when we spoke before on the divinity of Ultima? Well, it inspired me to delve deeper into the subject. And what I discovered appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example. One that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus? I would think not, few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins, and though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past still has much to teach us, though in this case, it would not have been possible without the musings of Moss. To think that you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved to discover it in good hands.
I shall guard it with my life.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in the ale hall. I need to speak to everyone before we leave.
Right away.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles for a short while?
Of course, Lawsman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
Just did. Joshua is stealing all his time. You cannot. You guys broke her stuff last time you touched it. Neither of you were allowed to. Broke the scale and then lied about it.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones.
Murder.
If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like
Is
hell
it?
am I leaving anyone behind?
Is
the
it
ship ain't going
though?
nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for Royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Let me know when you're leaving. I want a word before you go.
Of course.
Something tells you Clive is planning a one-way trip. Boy, do it kind of feel like I should be doing my side quests. But at the same time, real quick.
The stew's awfully thin these days.
At the same time, how many little knick-knack-nick-nooks do I have? I mean, I know there's still so many blank knick-knack spots. There's still so many knick-knack spots. There's still so many quests though, too, I guess. See, we got 2 here. Finish up there. Finish up there. We'll get some from there. I do feel like, alright, so we're just gonna keep doing some side quests. Today is the side quest stream, I guess. You'll make 4. 1 crystal left that needs cracking, but 1 man who can do it. See that you don't miss. Ah. I saved people. Right. Let's go get the 2 side quests here. Everything all sorted up. Yes, you are.
I am certain we will find what we seek in Ash, and learn the truth of Ultima's origins.
Either that or we're gonna learn some stuff. We're gonna beat good old Odin, and then like we're gonna get back, and then it's gonna be like, and now it's the end of the game because it's time to go fight Ultima. I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense. Don't talk to Otto. How many side quests we got living around?
Here you go.
There's 1 there. Yeah, there's only
Always
1 outside of here. And then I should also, you know, do some bounty boarding. There's 2 in here.
She can't kick this. Glory to Griga. There you are. And not a moment too soon.
What's happened?
Taya's busy working herself into an early grave. Since the arrival of her latest patient, she's refused to stop, even for a moment. I've tried offering to see to him in her stead, but she won't hear of it. Clive, she hasn't left the infirmary in days. She's pushing herself too hard. And if she doesn't rest soon, will you talk to her? Order her to her chambers if that's what it takes. Because if she keeps this up, I fear the hideaway will be without its best physica before too long.
I know better than to order Taya to do anything, but I'll speak to her.
Doesn't practice what
Thank
you
you.
preach.
I pray you have better luck than I did.
Talk to you in a second.
Please, Your Grace, stay strong.
Here's where you are.
Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Oh. Also, they seem to have added some nice helpful, like, this is the quest thing you should be asking about. ability option.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but... But His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable.
I mean, yes,
My
this
lord,
is a quest worth doing
I know
immediately.
that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
Yes? Absolutely.
For Joshua. Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded.
Luckily, that doesn't
Search
matter.
continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
Oh, but, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Clive visited the infant, having dressed a laceration on his left forearm. Boone instructed him to rest the arm so could he. About an hour later, he was leaving for another mission. I think I've already read this. Threatened to tie me to the bed. Hey, ma'am, take a break. You tell us to take a break.
Well,
you take a break.
Rodriguez worried about you. And if what he says is true, then so am I. We all admire your dedication, but you do need to rest.
I will, when it's time. Until then, I'm staying put. We owe him that much.
Who is he?
Someone from my past. Someone who doesn't deserve to die alone. It won't be much longer. The crystal's curse has almost finished its work. If I had the tears, I could ease his passing. But without them, we've nothing that will touch the agony of those last few hours.
How would tears help this man?
Not my tears. Tears of mercy. Alicia, it's the only thing strong enough.
You wouldn't, Talia. Surely. There must be something we can do for him.
Sometimes an easy death is the greatest kindness we can offer. You do well to remember that, Rodriguez.
I will. We have all the ingredients we need for Alicia Balwam. It needs to be fresh, though, so we rarely have much to hand. I can make the draft if you can bring me what we're missing.
Just tell me what you need.
There is a species of venom-weeping spider that lives in the forests of Norvent, near Lorbert's Pass. Bring me one of their eyes. Preserve it as best you can, but avoid contact with the tears. I'll make sure the other ingredients are ready before you return.
Thank you, Clive. I won't forget this.
Rest of I'm dead. Tim, no. Got prioritize quest. To the map, to the map. One more. We have a divvy remote. That wasn't it? Someone behind me coughing. Why would, how did that sound like Dippy? Oh. I was like, that didn't sound like a dope. And if it did, I'm concerned that
Come
Dippy
on.
has discovered that dope.
Run like the wind.
Time to fight.
What if it's not time to fight, Clive? What if it's time to run? We have important things to do that aren't fighting.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Outta mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
Dang, that really charges my priming ability, huh? Just stagger already, please. Just do the stagger thing. There we go. Ooh. Got a trophy. Ooh. Ow. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at something else. Oops. Dead. Dead.
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive.
A jump. Out there.
All right. That should do it.
Also
Let's get these
shiny.
back to Yote.
Well, I'm out here. Let's do. Boop, 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 boop. Button. Ooh, I can also do that bounty. I can do that bounty while I'm. somewhere in Lost Wing. Or is there something to fight? No. In here? I don't really know of any other open areas where there's a fighting spot. You're dumb bounty boy. Where are you? That doesn't count as Lost Wing, so it can't be there. I don't really know of any other big areas that would be good for. Bro, you're awful snorty right now. This is leaving Lost Wing. Where the poops? Maybe over here. Alright, well, I give up on my hunt for the bounty. You win. Give up. Okay. You got this. Go down the path. Get this. Go back down and then out that way. I don't even need to call. Yeah, goblins, I don't care about you. I'm not here for you. That's nice. I'm gonna go to my quest marker now. Bye!
Rodriguez could have mentioned his spiders would be the size of curls.
Row spiders removed.
Hopefully one will be enough. Rodriguez will have prepared the other ingredients by now.
Yeah, but first I'm gonna go do this. Should upgrade the forge? Question mark? We seem to be doing a lot of forge upgrading. Blacksmith nonsense. Do not recommend pop rocks after having food with hot sauce that leaves your tongue a little tingly. Never would have crossed my mind. Not once. that would be a no-no. Granted, I don't think I remember the last time I've had Popra. But that would not have crossed my mind as a no-no, so thank you for the news, Jem. Dang, that one was the easiest by far out of this quest. Maybe? They're not actually there? I wasn't actually there. Never mind! I say, I haven't even done the thing. Wanna be we're casting Protect. Level of Rude! There's the thingy I need to pick up. Ba-doop, ba-doop.
That's all of them. Owain can uncross his toes now.
That. Still a quest I need to pick up first. Go here and do the blacksmith thing.
So Dravost is still standing. For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer.
You have a shop here. Do you have music for me?
Would you like to see my wares?
Boy, do you. Give me.
Thank you. Go safely now.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the north
Hopefully
still.
not here.
But I spoke to Doris's scouts and it turns out things are worse than I thought. There's swarms of them out there. Told old Snotty to be ready to seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Cid. I'd never have guessed, you know. Not if August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravost would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
I am.
Thought you could sneak off without me, did ya?
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoltan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
I did, yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravost, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead?
You're what Dravost needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravost is safe.
Fine. said my piece anyway.
Yeah, so have I.
Sorry, Clive. I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. We're short enough on time as it is. Still, give us a mo, would you? I need to get my head straight before any of them Akashic try to bite it off.
Ready now. Boop.
You, ready for the off then?
And
We can't afford to waste any more time.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh,
Nasty
and
surprises are fine.
Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
I would hope not.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to
And
me.
Clive dies on a side quest and the game ends.
Give those things what for, yeah?
All right. Which one of you's first?
I mean, ideally, we're gonna take out the not tanky boy first. That's right, the tank will take care of everything but the tank. Then we deal with the tank. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're supposed to be fighting me.
Nice try.
There's no way this is it. Ain't no way. There we go.
It's over.
Boy, what's coming now? Oh, a Griffon. Whoop, 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 whoop. I want to be there. I was still there. My mistake. Ow.
Help me, boy. Nice try.
gotta be something coming after this. It's going down way too easy. And one of these. Is that it? No, something big's coming now, right?
Is that it?
There it is.
Apparently not.
What the poopers? Not one of these. Not one of these.
Not getting past me.
This is new and different, but it's so beefy. Look at it. It's so chunk. That's a spicy cow. Think not. Oh, you brat. You absolute brat. Absolutely thick it is, but it's like Scorpion Tail is just malnourished as hell. Oh wait, I don't want to be here. Finally dodged it. Here, I wasn't done with you. Got greedy.
Enough.
There we go. There we go. It's okay that I got greedy. It paid off. Can't even get any snazzy for that. Look at that. The absolute barrel chest on this thing.
No, the question is, did I miss any?
That thing wasn't even a Akashic.
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
me my blacksmith upgrades.
Sid! You're even more fearsome than your reputation. Enough to give those Akashic monsters nightmares. I almost felt sorry for the wretched things. But mostly, I felt grateful. Dravoged won't forget what you did today.
I'm afraid I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood. Meaning that any living thing which stumbles into those mines will end up clawing at your walls again.
And that's if the flood don't spread. If it does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
That may be, but we're staying just the same. With ether floods springing up all over, it's no less safe than anywhere, and more importantly, it's our home. We'll fortify the gates to the north, and I'll see that they're guarded day and night.
All right. Then we'll give you a hand shoring up those defenses.
As for you, Blackthorn, that's twice you've turned up when Dravos needed you. So, thanks.
I shouldn't have stayed away so long. And I shouldn't have left without talking it over with you first.
Too bloody right you shouldn't. Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when, for me, it was anything but. You leaving gave me the perfect excuse to hate you. And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true. You'd have been the death of this place.
Finally, something we can agree on. I hope you see the sense of it eventually. You kept this place alive.
Alive, perhaps. Wealthy even, but Dravoged isn't what it once was. Our work used to be the pride of Dalmekia. Now, we churn out the same rubbish day after day because it's easy and turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills, trying to lead by example, but no one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot. Come back to us, Blackthorn. Remind Dravoged what a true master blacksmith looks like.
Our blacksmith.
I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again.
That's a kind offer. Kinder than I deserve. And I wish I could accept, but I'm needed elsewhere. There's people who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down.
Fair enough.
But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle this town's passion for the craft, shall we?
I'd like that.
Just be sure to tell Snotty to let me in the next time I come calling, yeah?
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn. The Master Smith turned outlaw, back in my good graces. I never thought I'd see the day.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Even better than I'd hoped.
Sid, I've got something for you.
Oh boy.
And this is?
Girl Scout patch.
Token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift. Designs for a certain sword have been passed down from chief to chief for generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry. And they're not just for show, either.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravoged in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman ever to have graced a forge.
You know what? I think you might be right. Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Me new snazzy things! Alright, I think that's... At least all 3 of those quests want me back to them. You what? And whatever this... Let's go back and... Bad boys in. So many things! Read all my blacksmith nonsense, please and thank you. Yes, yes, yes.
We've run out of papillon nuts and all.
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been possible without your help. You remember Camille? We'll be using his leather work for the grip. The
Better be
steel,
the best sword in the
meanwhile, will
game.
be tempered in a fire,
And I
burning
better
the
not be
cinders you
ditching it
calmed
in
out
like
of old
3
Zoltan
minutes.
here. And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now,
The engraving
save that
make
talk
much
till
of
the
a
thing's
difference?
finished, yeah? Right.
Guess it makes it look
I'm
pretty?
ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
Ooh. Ooh.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
It's quite something.
I trust you'll take good care of it.
Thank you.
I'm gonna murder so many things
Both
with
of
it.
you.
So, does this make you pair the greatest craftsman alive then?
This? Nah. This was just following the footsteps of the greats of old. It'll take more than that to earn us our place in history. But we're up for the challenge. Here.
A list of materials.
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw like yourself.
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to Friendship Reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Ooh. I also like how they're like, here's a really awesome sword. Here's an even better sword. Maybe. I'm also not gonna even get to try to pronounce that. Yep, there it is. The goddamn rug. Damn sword. Goddamn sword.
Trouble with your gear, or... I never thought me and Zoltan would ever speak again. let alone work together. And if it hadn't been for you, we wouldn't. You've been a good friend to me, Clive. The best. So, what'll it be?
Okay. I gotta get a primitive battle horn. Now I should equip the other one. I gotta figure out where I can get this junk, that junk. Also just equip my new sword, because that's not new sword. Ooh, pretty. Also like how they're like, we made a super awesome sword. There's a better sword. Just immediately. Immediately, there is a better sword. Alright, so I gotta go down there. And then to
abandoning
the
their fields and traders their roots.
infirmary. Make me a GD sword, my man. Yeah, I know. I know that Ragnarok is a base ingredient, but still, to just turn around and be like, look at this amazing thing. Okay, but we can make a better sword. Just feels like it belittles the original sword a little bit.
Thank goodness you're back. Talia looks like she's about to collapse.
Is this what you needed?
Up this eyeball from a spot. It is gross.
Yes, it is. Thank you, Clive. I'm loath to give a patient Alicia, but Talia's right. Sometimes it's all we can do. A single dose dulls even the most agonizing pain, and all other sensation with it.
To be fair, this person has like the
It may
face
be a
left.
gentle way to die, but it is death nonetheless. I wish there was another way.
You're pretty much gonna die painfully otherwise. All they got left is like a face. I think we got the back of the
How are
head.
you feeling? Light, mid-here. Drifting on waves.
Good. Just relax. Let the waves carry you to a better place.
Thank you, Daya. I'm so proud of you.
He's gone. Thank you, Rodrigue. And you, Clive?
I'll see that he's properly laid to rest.
The man you helped today was my mentor back in the Southern Isles, on the front lines of some meaningless war. I was still a child when they shipped me to their triage tents to treat the wounded with my gift. But in such blighted lands, I was next to useless. Until he taught me the true physicker's art, that is.
An art we would be lost without.
Tears of mercy were his gift to the bearers of the world. A respite from the agony of the curse's end.
And a kindness Sid would have approved of.
You know as well as I what life is like for a bearer soldier. Marched from one battle to the next, never knowing which might be your last. A commander may care nothing for the bearer spent in his service. But my mentor's gift gave the dying one fleeting moment of tranquility before the end. I've no tears left, Clive. I've seen too many of my friends taken. Something needs to change. And we need to be the ones to change it.
And we will. I promise.
I hope so.
I gotta go back in here. They need stuff in this. More important. Just a little bit. Feel for you,
Yose,
but more important.
I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Right. And then I just do thing that will upgrade the forge, question mark. Down in mids area, so I'm not really sure what it's granting me. He implied it would help the forge be more power. Give us better metal.
How was she?
With Canva in the hands of Akashic.
Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Here you go.
Good, thankfully. Here.
Ah, that's brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away!
Really, Ellie, I'm so behind on Genshin. Like, I'm excited for Fontaine, but I'm so behind. I'm not even near Fontaine, I think.
May I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really.
Oh, right.
My bag's,
You rubbed weird
well
stuff
enough
on my
already.
bag to make it
Oh,
fit
don't
more
say
potions
that.
last
I'm
time.
sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
You could just give me a bigger
How about that
bag.
clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room?
Would just give me a new bag.
Reckon I know how.
That weird
With
things.
the new alloy we've been working on. The Telemon Furnace was just what we needed to perfect it. It's a metal, see? So it's lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
It's metal stretchy.
metal.
Excuse me.
Well,
What?
if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it, I promise.
Taking one of those old lady coin purses from like the, I don't know, 70s or 80s with the like accordion clasp. The bag becomes big.
So?
Then becomes a tiny little bottleneck when you close it.
It's actually quite ingenious.
That's all I can imagine our
Thank
bag
you,
is
wine.
now.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here.
maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many. You mark my words.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Ta-da! Bigger bag. Maximized. Dang, look at all them potions I can fit now. With 2Ds. Oh, thank you, trophy. And on that note, we're gonna stop for the night. I hope everyone enjoyed. We will have some more coming up. I think we're getting close. Gotta be getting pretty close to the end. We had 87% of game done. Also, hey PS5 PlayStation people who implemented letting me know how much of the game we've done, thanks. I look a little less stupid now. You know, I'm gonna grind some more side stuff, and then maybe we getting close, which is fair because this has been an 18-parter game so far. We've been doing a lot. There's been much to do in this game, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit. Well worth me getting a PS5 for. Ooh, new bounty, new S bounty. But I have to go do these for the stupid sword pieces. Probably. Okay, so we done. We'll be back with more. Maybe we'll do some Palia or something later this week. We shall see. I have no idea what my week brings us. Yeah, we'll still accidentally finish on a side quest. Don't worry. To be fair, the game has like warned me and been like, hey, we about to do something. Are you sure you good? Bye, everyone. Do this thing. Okay, bye. For real. Bye.